what's up? Internship. So for my internship right now, I'm returning to UL Standards and Engagement. And the way my internship worked last time is that the first part was really just a big data analysis project, got that done. Then I moved on onto the AI applications, which for me was building a RAG agent. I got to finish that early because I had prior experience. And after that, I was like, hey, cool RAG agent, but this doesn't really make sense if we can't evaluate the models the agent system uses. So I proposed an evaluation system, got the rough draft of that implemented, and then proposed a golden data set to kind of, since we're a safety standards company, a lot of our stuff is very expertise based. It's not just general knowledge. So I proposed that really great stuff because at the time I was looking to go into multi-agentic work and explainable AI, which was more so in like in terms of evaluation and seeing what's going on within the system, right? So now as I'm returning, I'm in a different boat where I have a great internship, but I'm also looking to do stuff in the world model space, explicit geometry world models, and that's key for a reason. What can I do for my internship projects, especially as I approach the AI application stage of stuff? On one hand, I can continue the evaluation work that I proposed the last summer, which is really great. I think there's a lot of cool stuff I want to do, especially the idea of trying to automate the process of building like that golden data set. But also on the other hand, as I look at UL Standards Engagement as a company, as a group, as a nonprofit, what's the future of that, and how can I position myself to best propel them into that future? I think one of the best ways to do that, that also aligns with the work I'm doing with world models, is really inferring safety hazards from the projects themselves, right, automatically. And that's inherently physics, right? If you take a battery, you have to understand what's going on within the battery. You have to infer the properties of the battery and how they degrade over time or given a certain circumstance. I think that's a really interesting thing. I don't know how I'll go about that. I know I'm really tempted to try and like use some like physics informed neural network or something, but then I don't think that's really the best goal. I think really what this would entail is more so multi-agentic, where it's really just putting a bunch of data sources together and saying how can we best infer the future hazards that are going to come from this product, whether it be the old or an emerging one. But I do think just that ability to infer physical properties is something that I'm encroaching on it for my own work. You can imagine with Gaussian flux, the work that's basically about physics and Gaussians. The next logical step is okay, now you have physics and Gaussians. How do you know what physical properties to instantiate given a recreation of a scene? So it's really the same work, right? In some sense, they exist in the same family, whether they're siblings or cousins, I don't know yet. But I do think that's where I want to go. I still want to continue the evaluation work, which I think as I get closer, I'll decide which one I put more of myself within. But uh, but I'm excited. I talked to my mentor about it, and she also seems excited about the idea. So it's really just making sure I can make something that I can scope it really well. Make sure it's not just some like 4 year PhD project, but also something that's doable. Sorry, something that's doable within the time span I have, as well as something that makes sense for the team, and not just something that's like a moonshot project for the sake of a moonshot. Yet I still am excited. I do think with the projects I've done so far, well, last summer being the RAG agent, which is something we're seeing being deployed now, and it's very cool. I know a lot of people are using it. It's really cool to see that project I worked on and see how that's pushing the company forward. I really want to look at the next project I do. I also want to say, okay, I want to do it again, but better. So I do think it has a lot of implications, a lot of applications. So we'll see. Besides that, though, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.